All right, good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago. Good afternoon to those of you on the street, 919 FM. Joining us on Facebook and on YouTube, all over the world, wherever you're locked on to us. We say thank you very, very, very much, and we appreciate the time that you take to be with us and to share your views, your comments on Facebook and YouTube, and our silent listeners, those people who listen to us on the radio. You want to say thank you all very, 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 very much. Today, on Tuesday, we normally do a little interview with small business owners and people who are entrepreneurs and trying to get their businesses known so that, they can build a little clientele and start advertising on the street 919 FM. So today, no further ado, I have with me a young lady who is sharing her information and her stuff with us, and I must say that from the time I saw the name, I was kind of intrigued because people always name hairdressing salons or barber shops or massage parlors after something close to their name. And when I saw the name of this establishment, I was like, okay, well, it has to be something natural. So let me let her introduce herself to you today, Trinidad and Tobago, on Constructive Talk with me and Naka. Today we have a young lady who is here to inform us and educate us on hair care. Yes, so, greetings. Come on closer to the microphone.
No problem.
Right.
Blessed greetings. I am Afia. My business is Hair Judah. And as you earlier mentioned, you was wondering where the name would come from.
Yeah.
Well, I love to deal with hair. First and foremost, I love to do with hair. And Judah represents generation. So it's basically like the hair generator, and you want the hair follicles to be generated from your scalp. So that's basically where it came from. I deal with natural hair care, dreadlock and non-dreadlock, and I deal with it 100% naturally via the plants and herbs, basic plants and herbs, and even ones that people may not have known about naturally. So depending on whatever issue that you might be having, I would decide on what is the best herb or what is the best path to take when it comes to that, and I would give you your consult accordingly. So from dandruff, alopecia, psoriasis of the scalp, all these different things I deal with, but herbally.
Oh, okay. And how long have you been doing?
17 plus years, but from birth, at least from a young age, I should say, I always loved doing hair. My mom definitely is somebody who always did hair, and I saw pictures and stuff, and that always intrigued me. And then, I have brothers and sisters, and they never gave me a chance. Every minute, somebody needs to get 2 little plaits in their hair. So it's all thanks to them 100% that, I am where I am, and encouraging me, to love and keep going with what I love.
And that is what I wanted to hear, the foundation of where you started from, which is with your family.
Yeah. Number one supporters, definitely. My brother, my sister, one of my elder sisters, Masika, she is one of my number one clients. From a young age, I always said to myself, I always watched her when she would ask to do her hair, and I will do it, and she will confidently leave. So I would always watch to see, okay, she really going and getting that maxi with her hairstyle that I put in her hair, and she did, and she came back home and she was fine. And then everybody else followed suit, from the tender scalps, and even my brother, he and all get it, all the clips, all the bubbles, everything I tested out, yes, in his hair at the time. And I am his younger sister, so what choice does he really have? Right, Zaki?
Right. So that's good to know that you got the foundation from your family. Definitely. And they were the ones that would have blessed you, first of all, in the sense of having the confidence in you, allowing you to develop your skill and your craft within the scope of home. So once home endorsed, that means everybody else comes after, in the sense that despite what others might say, you know that you have your foundation from home. And I want to tell you that is the best endorsement you could ever get.
Yes.
Because if you're cooking and your family not eating from you, then something wrong with your food. You understand? If you're a barber, and nobody coming to cut hair, your family not coming to cut the hair by you, something is wrong. So the foundation started from home, and that's what I wanted to hear. And you said that your mom really was. So it's hereditary then. It was something that came down.
She always loved. I always asked her. She never had any salon or anything. But I guess the Almighty blessed us with our talents, and no matter how many you get, it is always advised that you use them. You see what you have, and you just put some love and passion into it, and you see where it takes you.
Right.
And from the pictures from long ago, I would have seen her doing people's hair. I was like, wait, but I find I love doing this thing. And RAS is something that I would have had at a very tender age growing up my entire household. So I would have, I guess, specialized in doing it from the shortest pumpsy dread, as we call it, to the longest wadada. I deal with 100% natural.
Right. Well, now that we're getting into the natural aspect of it, how do you come about, what courses did you do to come up with the concept and the idea and the knowledge of which herbs to use in order to get the reaction or the react that that you're getting?
Well, the first course I love to say is Jack course, the first one. And well, to be very honest, I am basically self-taught because growing up I would have myself used these herbs. I've myself seen the pros and the cons of it. I have seen it with my own two eyes. I've tried it on other persons, including my family, as I mentioned, and I've seen the results. In addition to that, not because I learned it from I am self-taught, I continue to do the research. I continue because on a daily basis, I use plants and herbs. I even sell plants and herbs as well, in order to, I guess when you put something into practice, it becomes permanent, because practice really makes permanent. We always strive for that perfection, which is close to the Almighty, but we practice is what makes that permanent. So I will try my best and practice it and use it, and definitely I try to liaise with other persons who is knowledgeable and be very humble and take the information and learn.
All right, cool. So you liaise with other persons, hairdressers and herbalists and stuff like that.
I've never, to be very honest, I've never really met a hairdresser that will do what I does. Everybody does the basic styles and gel and everything. But when I say liaise with others, I will liaise with others concerning the herbs, because remember, different herbs have different uses. So you might use one plant for different things. For example, I use ratchet or prickly pear nupalis is the name of it as well in other countries, and that is excellent for hair care, but it's also excellent for diabetes. And that was something I never grew up eating it, but eventually with time I learned that it's something that can be consumed. And my husband himself, would have brought it to me and showed me, well, you can try this, and definitely I would research it and then make the decision if I would like to try it and use it. And from the research, it is excellent for health, for diabetes and these things, because your health is your wealth, and you can't really get anything if you're not taking care of the body inside first. So even with hair growth, you have to take care of the inside first in order to push out the negativity out your roots and stuff. You need to take care of the inside first.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Do you have any question on that?
What type of products you make for healthcare? Because as we said, you deal with people with psoriasis in the scalp, alopecia, and different things like that. What type of products do you?
Well, I have one product, and the name of that product is hibiscus. It is naturally made by myself, handmade. It's made from hibiscus flowers and aloe vera, and definitely secret ingredients. It's the only product which I have on the market at the moment, which is what my intention is to just continue to push and let people know, because hibiscus is something that, well, from my understanding, a lot of the older heads understand hibiscus, because hibiscus is a flower or a plant that will have been used for a number of years in teas and definitely as a shampoo. So with this knowledge and with the constant asking, so you do this, you wash person's hair, but do you have any of these products that you make and so on? And I know the market is, I don't want to say flooded, but highly saturated with a lot of products. And my intention genuinely is to encourage the hair growth so that you will continuously return to hair, Judah, by using my product, the hibiscus.
Very nice.
Great. So let's get into a little technical aspect of what you do, in the sense that, okay, so I have a friend who is losing hair and has on the scalp here, right? She's losing, like, it's sometimes she thought is because of when she pull it back in one, but it's not about pulling it back in one but it's about she thinks it's stress.
Right.
So all different things you're hearing, reasoning of why she's losing all her hair on the side, both sides. What would you recommend?
Well, in such a case, definitely I will like a consult, a visual consult will help. And as you said, she said that it's not like from tension, which is pulling it back in one, which a lot of ladies tend to suffer with because you always have to pull it back in one for many different reasons. Stress is another cause that people lose hair, and definitely, if you are losing hair via hair loss, you should see about yourself. Forget the hair for now, because the hair will always do its thing, and deal with the stress first. Whatever issues and thing that is happening, you should deal with that, whether it's herbally or just recreationally. Deal with that first, and then gradually, I myself will introduce stuff like microneedling, because microneedling is something that tends to open up the pores in the scalp, and then I will give you a nice warm oil treatment based on the needs, whatever needs your scalp, I guess, is showing. That is the process that I will take when it comes to seeing about alopecia and so on, because a lot of women do suffer with that alopecia, whether it's tension or stress.
Cool.
A lot of people.
Cool. I used to suffer with dry scalp, real bad.
Well, my alopecia is perfect for you.
It used to look as though I had Lota in my head, a kind of way.
Well,
and my barber, I have a real top of the line barber.
Nice.
I would always say that, right? Because I used to have some bumps behind my head, real huge bumps and stuff like that. And when I bend back, pus and things used to come out. And when I started to go to his salon, he took care of my head.
Right.
When you watch my hair now, and I was telling me that I said it's like if you can't come by you every 2 weeks, it's every week now I'll come by the barber, because he's really take care of your hair, and so he has some stuff that he would use from time to time. But I'm glad that. So what would you give? What is your recommendation for dry scalp?
Right, so definitely I recommend my aloe hibiscus for dry scalp because of its ingredients. I recommend that. Once again, it's still what it is that you're eating is what is presenting. Like most of the time when stuff come up on your skin, it tends to indicate that the blood itself might need a little cleaning by the different herbs. But topically, with the aloe hibiscus, you can apply it. It is something to use. It's a shampoo rinse. So after you shampoo your hair and you apply it to your hair, you could have it in your hair for like 10 to 15 minutes and then rinse it out, or it's something that you could just leave in your hair as a leave-in something, right? You can leave it in your hair. And this, however, when in use, you can massage it into your scalp. Scalp massage is so important to assist in ridding yourself of that dry, itchy scalp and dandruff, because circulation is what is important for the best hair growth. Proper circulation.
And I have to agree with you, because that's what he does with me.
Yeah.
When he's finished trimming and doing all he has to do, over to the sink. And sometimes even before he put anything in my hair, he would just start to...
Yes,
Massage.
excellent. A proper scalp massage is so important. Any of my clients will tell you, whether they pay for it or not, I try my best to still in some form offer that, because I know even for myself who specialize and treat persons herbally like this, I would like persons to be able to, I guess, clientele retention. So I want to massage your scalp and show you ways that you too could assist me in seeing about your hair at home. So when you go home, you can massage your scalp and apply whatever I tell you to apply, and in promotion of the best and proper hair growth.
So in understanding your aim and your objective is really for people to have great hair care.
Yeah.
And so share that with us. How, if you were to say in 2 minutes, what is your real aim and purpose in what you do?
My aim and purpose is basically to encourage persons to love their hair and embrace it exactly how it comes. I myself had been a victim of discrimination growing up as a child, which at the time I was able to point out, I was able to deal with, and realize that it was just the level that that person themselves was on. But even though I was a child, and it should not have been. And because of that, and I saw where a lot of persons would have done so many different things to their hair, instead of just embracing, this is my hair, I love my hair, and I'm going to, and for you to love me, my hair is a part of that package. So my intention is to always encourage persons to love their hair, take care of their hair, and just allow your hair to live, because it is a growing thing, a living thing.
So you have some products that you worked with today.
Yes,
And
hibiscus.
so I would allow Naka to ask you to just go through the ingredients that you have within this product.
And I'm seeing here that all the, because you know it have some shampoos that you go to buy, it have things like paraben and things that are not good for you internally.
Right.
So I see that you have all natural products.
Exactly what is in the label is exactly what is there. The parabens and dyes, these things tend to dry out, so he can encourage like split ends, breakage. Persons tend to wash their hair too often. Way too often, and shampoo is something that tends to dry out your hair. So the reality of hair care is balance, and life should be a balance, and I think my aloe hibiscus will bring that balance to a person's life when it comes to natural hair care. And it is something, it smells great, it's natural, you don't have to worry about any side effects or anything at all. And right now it is in the preservation process, so at the moment it is exactly 100% natural. So I encourage persons at the moment to store it in the fridge, but once the preservation process is finished, you can definitely have it where you want, wherever you need it. And it works, it really works, because I myself use it, and I use it in my family's hair, and I know for a fact it works, and definitely I will look forward for the feedback from clients.
Yeah, and where can we locate?
Well, I definitely, to get the aloe hibiscus, it is by pre-orders only for now. So you call or message via WhatsApp, Instagram, TikTok, anywhere you can message, and I will respond. Your pre-order, and I will organize that, and definitely delivery and so on is included. So, and yeah, you can surely meet me on Instagram, on Facebook, TikTok, everything is Here Judah.
Okay, so Here Judah. So if they want to follow you, they can follow you on Instagram, Here Judah. On Facebook.
On Facebook, I am still at Afia Bramble. You can follow me on Facebook as well.
Afia
and
Bramble.
on TikTok, Here Judah.
And if they want to contact you via phone,
379-2163. That is my number to call.
Say that one more time.
379-2163. Here Judah.
Okay, so people who are looking at us on Facebook and on YouTube, you will get the numbers. They will put it in the chat so that you would be able to get the number, so that they can contact you and find out more about your hair products. I know that the technical guys would show you the product in a short bit, so they would come in and they'll give you a picture or a video of what the product looks like, so that if you want to see the product, if you see the product anywhere in Trinidad and Tobago and you wanted to purchase it, and that is what the product looks like. So if you're looking for the product, this is what the product looks like. All right, Here Judah, and you will be able to access the product and do a little more, use it, and you could find out a little more about it, because all the information, all your contacts is on the bottle.
Yes, it is.
All right, you can tell us where we could, if you wanted to purchase it. Is it in stores anywhere?
Like I said, it's just pre-order. So
Okay.
yeah, so once you call and you place that order, I'm definitely going to organize you and have you up to date and on time concerning when and where you're going to receive your
Cool.
package. Yeah.
Great, very good. That's really good to hear. And I want to thank you for being with us today.
Thank you, yeah.
And I know that you will get some calls because they are natural people. You realize that most African women and most women today are going natural.
Because you can't run from yourself, and
Yes.
we were born, no matter your creed or race, we were born natural.
Yeah.
And our natural self always calls. So
Yeah.
it's always good to go back to your natural self. And
Yeah.
if somebody can't accept you naturally, they're not really going to genuinely accept you on any other form anyway.
Yeah.
So the natural way is always the best way. And Here Judah, I think, is the best way.
It's the best
choice,
way.
yeah.
I hear you.
Very nice. I like the confidence. And you have confidence in your product.
Yes,
and I like
do.
that.
I surely do, because
Yes.
women suffer so much with self-esteem and beauty issues, and just as Here Judah say, and beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. So
Yes.
once you love yourself first, and not in a selfish way, but in that agape way, so that you're looking out for others, then and appreciate yourself, then you have nothing to worry about.
But the good thing about it is that, and that's why when we started the interview, you would have pointed out that your confidence really came from your family.
Definitely. If you have a brother like mine, you have to boost your confidence.
Motivation,
Yeah.
motivation is there.
And I'm really glad that your foundation is is not weak, but is strong with your family.
Yeah.
Because if if somebody else had endorsed you more than your family, that would have been, you'd have really waited for other persons to see good things. But
I 100% even do not on a daily basis, but as often as possible, I always try to, because people are grateful, but sometimes it's good to let the people who you are grateful to know, and definitely I let them know that, because I really and truly appreciate, as much as everything is outdoors, want 2 little plats. I appreciated those 2 little plat days, and they always have people in a lineup to get those 2 little plats as well. I appreciate every minute of it. Definitely my mother, who supports. She's a strong woman, and through the grace of God, we would get through, and I definitely will succeed.
So people are asking for your number again. I'm seeing people asking on the chat for your number.
379-2163.
And also people wanted to know the cost of the product.
$45 TT dollars.
What?
Yeah. 45 TT
That's
dollars.
a giveaway.
Yeah.
That's a giveaway. So you do your own branding and everything.
Everything I do for myself, and you remember you have to introduce things to people, and a lot of people are unaware, and I've realized from before, a lot of people just literally do that and follow. But it's good to do that research, get the information, and know what you're using, so you can stand firm in the choices that you make for yourself.
And I want to point out something that you said that I picked up on, but I didn't highlight as much. Your husband. You said that he would bring stuff to you and say, "Hey, try this." So he's a big supporter also.
Yeah, definitely. And he loves plants and herbs.
Right.
And I myself, I love plants and herbs, but not like him, right? And he loves plants and herbs. So when he uses it or he tries it, or we would stumble upon something, we would get that information and work together on it and try it and see, and ask other persons as well, because you just can't lean on your own understanding, of course. So you would ask others, learn more, and and then from there take that step and you decide, okay, I can try this, I can use that and whatnot. And definitely reading is super important.
Wow, that's great. I saw someone was trying to call in, maybe to ask you a question about the herbs now.
Not a problem.
And I see the hang up. So if somebody wants to call in quickly, we can do that. But we want to thank you very much for coming on the street, 919 FM, and sharing with us.
Definitely. Thank you.
Your stuff, and people can get in contact with you, and they can, because most of all, I know that there are a lot of ladies listening who have that hair loss issue.
Yeah. I know a lot of them, and sometimes I give my free advice, basically, because at the end of the day, who doesn't want somebody to genuinely care and check for them? As everybody so running from fake people that they form in a fake, I guess, persona sometimes. So it's good to have somebody who genuinely care about the hair on your head, whether or not they know you, and I surely do.
All right, let's take this call. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google, Naka, and to the young lady, the vibrant woman of here, Judah. I'm so proud of you. I too was in the hair business. I did cosmetology and so on. But I am hearing your products sounding so good because I have a grandson, and you buy things from these different places, right? And my grandson has dry scalp. So your product seems like it may help him. So I took down your number, so you'll be hearing from me. And I'm really proud that you're using the herbs of the land so maybe can heal his scalp. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much. Right. See you.
Where are you located if somebody wants to do a treatment?
Okay, so my business is located on Moncoko Road in Pity Valley. Beautiful Pity Valley, endless springs. It is lovely, and I provide the services like spring wash, spring appointments, herbal spring appointments. I do detox of whether it's ras or dreadlocks or non-dreadlocks. So it doesn't matter, male and female. Just for those of you who have it all mixed up, on the Moncoko Road in Pity Valley, I go by appointments only, and you can have from hair wash, starter locks, braids, weave, you name it. I get it done. But we try our best to do it as natural as possible so that you don't have any future repercussions by some of those products which are definitely harmful.
Okay.
Good. And if somebody say, like, I come and I give my massage and my little dry scalp, how often do I have to come back?
Right. So let's say, for instance, you want to work on just volume, which is a lot of people's issue. I would definitely recommend the microneedling and scalp massage. And if you at least get it done once a week or twice a week, as I want to be mindful of people's pockets, family, all these things. So once or twice a week, and I try my best to teach you stuff, you know, because knowledge is what is important, and when you're full, is hoard knowledge, right? So I try my best to teach you a little bit so that you too can do what it is I am doing there at home. So when you come back, we're just looking for the gradual changes, and definitely, like I said, a lot of people may or may not believe, but the moon has a lot to do with your hair, you know, and definitely in full moon, definitely for volume is one of the best times, and you can see it for yourself. You see the changes, because remember, the body, especially females, operates along those sides. But don't quote me. Definitely do your research. I always recommend people do your research. You'll see for yourself.
Well, thank you very much again.
Thank you very much for having me.
And we look forward to hearing from you again.
No problem.
All right.
No problem at all. Thank you very much.
Thank you.